How's it going? Welcome out to White Branch Falls. That is Upper White Branch Falls. Kind of behind me is what you would call Lower Branch, or the Lower Fall. We are in the Willamette National Forest. I've got you set up on the tripod. My name's Tobin. To my right is Luna. Directly in front of me is Athena. Got you set up on the tripod. And as you might have saw in the title or the thumbnail, we have Solstice from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I purchased this a couple of years ago. Athena's on the move. I purchased this a couple of summers ago with the intent of reviewing it because I absolutely love it. When it first came out, somewhere around 6 years ago, I got a sample, absolutely loved it. Meant to buy it sooner, I never did. And I've been meaning to review it one summer, so 2 summers ago. Last summer was the second summer that I wanted to review it. This is the third summer, and I told myself that I wanted to do it back on, what was it, June 22nd for the summer solstice. I failed. We're doing it now today, July 6th, 2025. After the shave, in the B-roll, you'll see a 360 of my surroundings. In my pocket, I am really where I say I am. So I've got my cargo shorts on, and I'm loaded up. I've got my stool right in front of me, only one of them because I temporarily lost my other one. Whole other story, don't worry, I know where it is. Gonna apply the Tube 2.0. Just water. First things first, my rubber band. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend and that your summer is off to a great start. We've been up the mountain. The pass, the Highway 242 is a scenic byway. I think is right around 5,500 feet is the highest that the pass goes, with the highest points being like the north, middle, and south sister of around, I think it's 8,500 feet, don't quote me, somewhere around there. We made it as high as just over 5,000 feet today during our travels. We've been hiking, playing. I'll be sure to include that in the B-roll, including the 360 of where we are. So let's start talking about this fragrance. This is not by any means a date night fragrance. This is not the kind of fragrance that you wear to impress. If it impresses, that's a bonus. I'm going to be very cheesy, maybe, with some of my descriptors and the way that I talk about this fragrance. This is not a fragrance that I wear to impress. This is a fragrance that I straight up wear to reconnect with places like this. When I'm at home in that concrete jungle in my day-to-day. No, it does not smell like the forest by any means. I've often said in my content that fragrance is like magic. It has a lot to do with, what is it, the limbic nerve or something like that, to where our sense of our olfactory nerve and our ability to smell, that is the only direct route to the limbic system, which invokes all these different memories and stuff like that. When I was a kid, we'd travel to Central Oregon. No sagebrush there. There's just a lot of different ways, though, that this fragrance makes me feel reconnected to the outdoors, and it has nothing to do with pine. Some of it I can't explain. If you're from the Southwest, this is going to be the kind of thing that it should remind you of it. But for me, this is not a fragrance that I wear to impress. It's a fragrance that I wear to reconnect and just like chill and relax without the addition of beer. This is a Frim from Hood River, Oregon, a Pilsner. So I just applied the Tube 2.0 pre-shave, and that is the ice tube, meaning it's mentholated. I'm gonna put that back in my pocket. All the scent notes can be found on the label. There's really not a lot to it. And it's not what I would call a complex fragrance. It's pretty straightforward, but at the same time, it really delivers a lot of depth. So we start off with the sage. I think they might be, I don't know. I think they might be using a couple of different sages. The sage that I get from the top, I love sage like a lot. I talk about that in my content. So it should be no surprise that I love this fragrance, if you're familiar with my content. The sage is dry, herbally, and slightly peppery. If you're familiar with sage, it smells like the real deal, and that's because what is the white sage hydrosol that's actually in the fragrance? So it smells like real sage. I have my stainless steel bowl soaking my 24 millimeter solar flare. That's a Nexus knot. I soak my synthetics out here. It makes it a little easier. I've already scooped into my Captain's Choice bowl. After the sage, we have sweetgrass. Soft, green, faintly sweet. It's not, like, I'm not super familiar with real sweetgrass. It's used in a lot of ceremonies. I'll put some photos of it up there. And you see that word sweet, and you're like, oh, it's sweet. Faintly sweet. That's how I would describe it. Now, to me, the top of this fragrance, even though on the scent profile they don't have it listed, in the top we have 2 notes, in the heart there's 2 notes, and then in the base is the benzoin resin. The sage and the sweet grass gives a sense of openness. From the very beginning, it's like a sense of openness and like an intentful openness that Douglas is trying to create. I'll also put in the description, remind me, a video that Douglas did back in the day, 6 years ago when this dropped. And he talks about a lot of his inspiration for this fragrance. The Sedona Desert, places that I'm not familiar with. But from the very beginning of this fragrance, you can see how he's trying to, the artisan, Douglas Smythe and Francis Toll of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, are trying to create this like concentrated connection with the outdoors, with nature. It's hard for me to describe, it's hard for me to put into words, but it's real and it's tangible. And those 2 opening notes do a great job of taking my mind to where the perfumer Douglas and Fran are trying to take us. The rose, I don't outwardly detect rose. I don't. I've tried. I have one of the little decant bottles, and I wear this on the back of my arms, like straight up just to smell, not so much to wear as a perfume. There's been many occasions where I will wear a perfume on my neck, and on my body, but then just spray the splash, the EDT, the cologne on my arms just to smell and chill. There's like a subtle floral richness that I get from the rose. It's softening the herbalness of the sage and sweetgrass. I never, ever detect, though, rose outwardly. I got the camera on the right side, the lens on the right side. Normally I have it on the left, but because of how I'm set up today, I wanted it on the right. So in the top, we have the sage and the sweetgrass. In the heart, we find the rose and the cedar. The cedar is this dry, woody. It's grounding, meditative, and creating like a balanced contrast to the sage, to the sweetgrass in the opening. I don't outwardly smell sage, but I get like this dry, woody vibe from it. I love the solar flare. I wish it was a fiber that Douglas would have revisited. The Nexus fibers is what they call it. In the base is just benzoin resin. That's a tree resin. Smooth, balsamic, is binding the previous layers in the fragrance together. With like, it's binding the previous notes together and with this like luminous quality. The cedar and the benzoin resin would be the two fixatives. I can get a good 6 hours of wear, 4 hours with projection. This isn't a fragrance that's going to last all day. Beautiful lather, as always with CK6. The Ascension aluminum, this would be the third color that they came out with, or the third version of it. The only difference being the colors, and I believe this is what called a burnt orange. Currently it's not in stock. Right now I have it totally snug. I'm going to turn it about a quarter or an eighth and then do the full quarter. I have in it a first use Wizamet, and this is one of the newer ones that has the black print on the paper. Running low on my old ones, so I started using more of the new style. Dipping it in my water here in my stainless steel bowl. This is like the best way I could describe this fragrance simply is that it's not a fragrance that I wear to impress, but a fragrance that I wear to reconnect. A little after 7 p.m. by now. That breeze coming down feels amazing. The breeze is just being created by that waterfall there. Do a second pass. Nina's crossing the creek. Oh, now she's gone. She went down the trail. She's a mama's girl. Oh, no. I hit the wrong button. And there's Daddy's girl. How's that angle? Not a total clean rinse. I'll take it. If the notes though on the scent profile sound good to you, I think this is a fragrance that you're gonna love. Especially if you love sage, like I do. I love this razor. I love it in all the metals that it's available in. I own it in all the metals. The only thing I don't have is the gold-plated copper, but I do have the copper. And I would say that they all shave relatively similarly. It's currently not in stock, the aluminum, but they do have the option to click the email, notify me when available. And if you do that, they'll notify you before they actually, a couple of days before they send out the notification to everyone that it's back in stock, before they advertise it, is what I mean by that. Quick third pass, let's do it. You can feel that menthol from the pre-shave, especially the way that that breeze is coming down. Trying to shake all the lather off of my razor. But most of it. Let's tighten it up just a scotch for the third and final pass. No, I don't like that. Try not to block the view. I'm trying to put together a couple of cool videos for the Space Cream. It starts on what, the 15th? Geez, just 9 days away. No camera, just using the cell phone screen. A little tricky, you get used to it. Never found a bad blade in these Ascension razors. And I have a hard time deciding my favorite. Damn fine shave. Damn fine shave. My big DOG is still right here at my feet. And the little one hasn't returned. In the B-roll, you'll see where my wife is down yonder. Emily stayed home. Oh, I forgot to mention a family fragrance score. My wife gives this an 8. Emily gives it a 7. So like I said, this is not the kind of fragrance that I wear to impress. It's straight up the kind of fragrance. I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I give this a 9 or a 10. I love this fragrance. Absolutely love it and can't recommend it enough. With my wife and daughter, 1 being hate it, 5 being like it, 10 being I absolutely love it. So a 7 from our teenage daughter and an 8 from my bride is a great score. Smells so damn good. So damn good. One of my favorites. I also have, from the secret menu, is what they call it, the mashups. Sorry. The only thing about wearing the microphone, I get tangled up in my shirt when I bend down. But the Atomic Age Bay Rum Solstice mashup, if you love Atomic Age Bay Rum and you like sage, it's a no-brainer. It is so damn good. It's only available in a soap, but I love it. I almost brought it with me, but I wanted the shave of the day to match. So I'm a schnerd like that. Oh, so good. I do like to use a matching Star Jelly with the fragrances that I really love. Oh, mine fell, 1 second. I had it set up on this little log that you'll see in the B-roll. Oh no, it cracked. Bad form, Rufio. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be careful with this and get it home and into a different bottle. It cracked right here. That sucks. Okay. Oh well. Just little big things, right? Not gonna stress it. So this is the Star Jelly Aftershave. Not necessary, but it will make your skin feel more moisturized if you use it after the splash. You can certainly skip the splash and just use the Star Jelly. That sucks. I'm glad I noticed it though. Can't believe that it busted. In the B-roll, you'll see it wasn't that high. Maybe it broke before. God, it smells so good though. It really, really does. These are little big things, my friends. For me, once again, you see it. Getting out into the world, out into the wild, away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and just enjoying the great outdoors. I never feel more at home than I do when I'm out here in the Willamette National Forest. And it can be a fragrance that reminds most of the desert. For me, there's something about it that just really reminds me of being outside, even though I have no connection to the Southwest at all. Really bummed about my bottle. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. All right, welcome to the B-roll. That's the direction I've been facing. Let's do a pan out real quick. Got a nice breeze coming down off that waterfall. I haven't hooked up my mic yet, but I'm hoping that the sound did all right. I record these before the shave. So let's go to my right. What was your left? Is that correct? I don't know where Miss Athena is. My faithful, trusty DOG at the start of the video is right there. And that is Upper White Branch Falls. That is 1 times zoom right there. We were at the 0.6 a moment ago. The trail we came up to get to where I am, we actually crossed across there, and then that log right there, that's where I took my shave of the day photos. From that log. Pan out again to 0.6. My wife has my Bass Pro Shop stool. I kind of lost it, didn't lose it. And so I don't have it. She has it. Long story short, let's give you a peek down the creek. to White Branch Creek, White Branch Falls. There's my bride at 1 time zoom. Let's go 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. Is she looking at us? I can't tell. Yep. You guys take care. Thanks again for joining us out here. I can't recommend Solstice enough. If it sounds good to you by my description, hopefully I did a good job of describing the way this fragrance is, because like I cannot overemphasize just how much I genuinely love this fragrance. Like I can't. I just absolutely can't. As beautiful as this waterfall is, there's Athena. She must have saw me looking down there at my wife and came running. Athena is the 1-year-old. Luna is the 4-year-old. And we have had just, sorry for the fast movement, we've had just an amazing day out here in the Willamette National Forest. Thanks for joining us. You guys take care. We'll see you next time. Let's go.